Today on Karamo, they even had a fight in the street. It's a young teenager.
She tried to attack me.
Having major issues, if you don't fight your grandma, with his grandmother Sharon.
That's not true. Don't do that.
And everyone is about to deal with how this all involved.
We are destroyed.
The death of his mother,
Don't have a mother.
He was 6 years old.
who was also Sharon's daughter.
I don't know what to do sometimes.
Y'all are both in extreme grief.
But first, you did not write the letter to our show.
No, sir.
You won't believe how one letter
Told me that I was adopted.
had led to a DNA test for this 34-year-old woman. Who would like to open these results? Today is a big day for 49-year-old Marshall and his wife, Amy. I mention his age because Marshall does not have any biological children, but that may change if a DNA test proves that this young woman named Lesha is his daughter. This is how it all started. Take a look.
3 weeks ago, your producer called me on the telephone and asked was I the one that wanted the DNA test. When she wrote me the email, I knew it just had to be my mother, Marilyn. My mother passed like 3 months ago. She always had her doubts about Lesha being mine, but I never did. I met Lesha in church when she was 13. It's been really good ever since. We've got a killer relationship. I don't get to see her as often as I'd like to, but we talk all the time.
Despite Marilyn's doubts of Marshall being Lesha's dad, Marshall is the greatest dad to her and my son.
I just want her to know that I'm her dad. She's my daughter.
Wow, beautiful story. Listen, thank you so much for being here, both of you. Really appreciate it. So Marshall, you did not write to our show.
No, sir. It had to be my mother, and she had doubts. She felt like she was protecting me, you know, and she said, you know, hey, if I'm gonna be a grandmother, I want to know that I am.
She was the one that had, you know, the doubts, you know, and wanted to know for sure, yes, and wanted him to know for sure or not.
So Marshall, tell me about Lesha's mother, Trisha.
I mean, we were really young. She was a neighbor, lived at the end of the street. I moved into town, and
She was older than you by like 3 years.
we played house. We skipped school. We done what kids do, and it led into adult things. And Patricia got pregnant, and it was just a surprise. I mean, wow, it was overwhelming.
Yeah. So it's not as if you didn't know you were around back then, but somehow, even though you had a sexual relationship with Lesha's mother, your mother still had doubts.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
There was rumors that went around the neighborhood that.
And that got to your mother basically and gave her doubts.
Yes, yes.
Amy, when did you first find out about this DNA mystery?
Well, I first found out about Patricia when we first married. I guess we'd been married 2 or 3 years. We lived with my cousin and her husband. We both, you know, us two couples rented a cabin, and you know, we'd had a little problem with him cheating on me, and he quit, and we were going to work it out. Well, the phone starts ringing while we lived there, and several times I pick it up, well, somebody'd hang up. And one day I walked in, and he was on the phone. He hung it up real quick, or, you know, I thought I wouldn't see him. And I started thinking, you know, that he was cheating on me again. And we got into it, and he was like, no, that's not it. You know, I've been talking to Patricia, and he was just wanting to see his daughter. You know, that's what it was.
Got
you
it.
know, and, yes.
So your mom moved you away when she found out about the pregnancy?
She did. She moved me to Tennessee. I lived with my grandmother. It was just to keep, you know, keep me away. And like I said, I'm going with, in my mind, I'd like to think, you know, in her mind that she was trying to protect me from something. She just felt like at such a young age, I wouldn't make a good father, maybe. I don't know if that was it, or it didn't need to be, or if it would destroy me. I'm not really sure what she thought.
So Marshall, when did you first meet Lesha?
We were at church, and they were having an outreach program, and knock on the door, introduce myself. First place I go, and it ends up being Patricia.
Wow.
Lesha's mother.
Wow.
It's like, you know, God led right to her, you know. And
wow. Because you had no idea, so you think you're just about to go do some missionary work.
That was the first house he had went to. There they were.
And it was like after that, you know, Lesha started coming to church, and, you know, we started talking and introducing us, and started finding out we had so many things, like for nobody to not even be around each other, we got so much in common.
And Marshall, you don't have any biological children of your own.
I don't.
So why is this important to you, for you, this test?
Well, I just feel like, you know, after Lesha being alive 34 years, you know, I met her at 13 and we started bonding, that we just like to know, hey, that's my daughter.
Were you close to your father?
You know, when I was 3 years old, they separated. And it was until I turned 21, I got my CDLs, Class A CDLs, started driving a truck. And Amy and I went out on a load together, and the truck broke down. Of all places, was in Clarksville, Tennessee. And I remembered, hey, my dad lives in Clarksville, Tennessee. So that's 18 years I haven't even spoke to this man. He hadn't called me, you know. I'm gonna call my dad. And Amy started pushing, you know, you should meet your dad, you should meet your dad. And so there it went, you know, and I met my dad that day, got to meet his wife.
Look at how divine your life is working out. It's a little...
That's not all.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Told me that I was adopted.
She's searching for the truth.
A lot rides on it.
A 34-year-old DNA mystery?
No, this is my daughter.
Is this woman Marshall's daughter or not? Who would like to open these results? So why do you think it was your mother that wrote the letter?
Because she said, if I'm gonna be a grandmother, I want to know.
When did you first meet Lesha?
We were at church and they were having an outreach program, and first place I go, it ends up being Patricia.
Wow.
Lesha's mother. Lesha started coming to church, and we got so much in common.
So, Amy, what do you think Marilyn would say if she was here today?
Well, I think that she would still be having her doubts, probably sitting here right now, but she would say, I want to know for sure.
You're such a supportive wife.
Well, thank you. I try to be. I try to be.
I mean, even from hearing that story about his father and you encouraging him to talk, even knowing that you met young and there was some cheating, but you still said, go after this and try to push?
When all that was going on, I said, you know, just quit doing that. I know you don't love them. We've got something. Let's work it out. I've loved him with all my heart since I met him.
Wow, that's beautiful. So it's been 5 years since you've seen Lesha, right?
Unfortunately, it has.
And why is that?
Circumstances, money, moving. Thank goodness for, you know, the phone and the internet. We're able to stay in touch.
Well, listen, before we reunite them, listen to how this DNA mystery has affected Lesha over the years.
My mama, Patricia, she was my best friend until she passed away in 2015. When she had me, she was only 16 years old, but she gave me the best life that she could. In my early life, I thought my adopted dad was my biological father. My mom and him were together my whole life. They started dating when I was only 6 months old. When I was 13, my mama finally told me the truth. She brought me to church one day and introduced Marshall as my real dad. Marshall's been in and out of my life since I was a teenager. I don't know much of the backstory, but I know that Marshall's mother never believed that I was his true daughter. I always called her Marilyn. She never let me call her grandma. Marshall is a really nice man, but I haven't seen him in 5 years. My mama isn't here anymore to give me the answers I truly need. If Marshall isn't my real father, I will be devastated.
Family, please help me welcome Lesha and her husband, John, to the show. Come on out, Lesha and John.
I love you.
How are you?
You too. Good to see you.
Y'all look good.
Y'all do too.
Lesha, thank you for coming. John, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So, Lesha, who did you believe was your father when you were a little girl?
My adoptive dad. For the longest time, you know, it was all him.
Yeah.
And it was a running joke in our family between the siblings, because I have 2 younger brothers, that my youngest brother was actually brought in through FedEx. He was the adopted one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my adopted dad.
And when did your mother tell you about Marshall?
Well, she sat me down one day, the whole family pretty much did, and told me that I was adopted. I thought it was a running joke.
Yeah.
And, but no, they sat me down and we started talking about how I would have felt if I was adopted. I'm like, oh, I'm not adopted, you know, it's cool. And they're like, no, Lesha, you really are adopted.
Yeah.
And my mom was sitting there, and I was like, well, who is he? And she was like, his name's Marshall, and I was like, okay, you know, cool. I was 13, young. I didn't really think about it too much at the time. It wasn't until a little bit later, and I was like, you know, I might want to see him. So.
And what age is it that you were at the church and you popped up on the doorstep? Was that when she was about 13?
I was roughly 13, 14.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't long after.
Yeah, so it was like kind of short, like she shared with you that you were adopted by this man who was raising you, and then he shows up.
It didn't take long at all.
Yeah. Lesha, did you have a good childhood?
Oh, yes.
Great childhood.
Yes. My mom and dad were there, like, adopted me at 7. They got divorced, and we stayed primarily with...
Is that your mom?
That is.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I thought it was you. That's why I kept looking back. Y'all have the same identical eyes. I was like,
yes. She did everything that she could.
Yeah. So tell me about the first time you met Marshall.
We were at church. I didn't even know he was there.
Yeah.
My mom didn't tell me. Like, he was sitting right behind me, and I just thought he was a random person, you know, being nice. And he walked up. I'm like, well, hi. You know, I just got done, you know, shaking her hand. And she's like, well, I want you to meet Marshall. It didn't click in my head that this was the Marshall. She's like, no, this is your bio dad. And I was like, that Marshall? Like, I was stunned, speechless. So,
Lesha, you said that Marilyn, your grandmother, in essence, had doubts about you.
Yes, she came out and told me, she's like, I don't think you're his.
And how old were you when she said that to you?
The first time, I was about 15. Shortly after that, I was older. And by then, I had gotten resentment. You're supposed to be my grandmother. And I said grandma one time. She's like, I'm Marilyn. Oh. So, and I was like, all right, you're Marilyn. And we were on the phone, and she said, I truly would like you to get a DNA test. I still, in my heart, do not believe that you are his.
Lesha, were you surprised when she wrote the show, especially the fact that she had passed?
She had mentioned to me shortly before that she's like, I want you to get this.
John, why are these answers important to you?
Well, mainly it's for the sanctity of my children. I want them to know if there is something medically genetic going on in Marshall's blood that my kids need to know about.
Yeah. John, you said that as a dad, you would do things differently than Marshall. What do you mean by that?
Honestly, in my opinion, if I was in his shoes, I don't think I'd have waited this long. The person whose doubt really mattered was his and Patricia's.
Maybe at 13 years old, 14 years old, before she became adult, a DNA test should have happened.
Well, unfortunately for the sanctity of Patricia, who is no longer with us, she now went to the life after not 100% knowing.
Did your mother ever say there could have been another guy? Was it always just Marshall?
She's like, I've already told you this, you know, it's Marshall, and she wouldn't go any further about it.
That was it.
She's like, if you want to know more, talk to Marshall.
All right, everyone, well, listen, the outcome of the DNA mystery when we come back. So stay with us.
No, this is my daughter.
Is this woman Marshall's daughter or not?
A lot rides on it.
The outcome of this incredible DNA test, who would like to open these results, is about to come out. So, Lesha, who did you believe was your father when you were a little girl?
My adoptive dad.
Did your mother ever say there could have been another guy? Was it always just Marshall?
She's like, it's Marshall, and she wouldn't go any further about it.
All right, everyone, welcome back. The stakes couldn't be higher today for both Lesha and Marshall. So are you both ready for the outcome of this DNA test?
Yes.
All right, so Marshall, tell me, what does this DNA test mean to you? Because your mother is the one that wrote in.
It means everything. If Mom's looking down, I hope she is. She can finally, no, this is my daughter. This is my daughter. And I never felt like I had to have a DNA test because I never doubted you. I never said you wasn't my daughter. I've never denied you. I never would. I never will. No matter what the results to that DNA test are, I told you, you'll always be my daughter. If it comes out anything other than that you are my daughter. I love you.
And this is a big moment for you, too.
Yes.
What are you feeling in this moment?
Partly like a little kid, because, you know, I want to go nana boo boo. You know, I told you. I would be greatly devastated. And of course, for me, it'd bring up a whole lot of questions. Got it. So a lot rides on it. You know, for me, my family, my 6 kids.
She's not lying. We have 6 children.
They're all talking about how amazing you look. You look amazing. So.
Thank you. For them too. I mean, to me, I feel like I've lost 34 years, but for them, their life was just starting. You know, they could have that relationship with him that I didn't have. Yeah. I'm not one of many words, and I've talked a lot.
No, I appreciate it because I understand what is at stake for you. You know, this is a big moment that neither of you asked for. You know, this is your mother, your grandmother, who wrote into the show before she passed away. And asked for this to happen. So who would like to open these results and read the outcome? You would? All right. If you can read it out loud for us.
Like I said, you'll always be my baby girl.
Is this woman Marshall's daughter or not? Find out next. Plus, it's a young teenager.
She tried to attack me.
Having major issues, if you don't fight your grandma, with his grandmother, Sharon.
That's not true. Don't do that.
You are the father. Get off my stage.
I never doubted you. I never said you wasn't my daughter. You'll always be my baby girl. Marshall, Lesha is not your daughter.
I'm very sorry.
You're my baby girl. I love you. I love you. I love you. You're my daughter. That don't change nothing. That don't change nothing.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I'm so sorry. What is going through your mind right now?
I guess, you know, she was right. What now? Okay.
Yeah. Marshall, what's going on through your mind?
I want to be more of a father than I ever have and support this girl. The day I got a call from the producer, and I said, you know, I had to call my daughter. We both agreed that day, you know, if for some reason it's not our fault. There's nothing we can do to change that, but I love you. I love you regardless.
Thank you.
Amy, what are you thinking about? Is this hitting you hard too?
I'm so sorry. I thought you weren't. I know you really did. I know you did too. And I'm worried. I'm really worried about you guys. I'm so sorry.
Ups and downs and fighting about it. And hurt feelings that I
can't believe it.
You know, now I almost feel like guilty about it because she was right. You know, mad about someone I can't be mad at.
Yeah.
You know, she could have told me, you know, the possibility, but it was never a possibility. It was 100% sure.
And talking about your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, she passed away in 2015. And everybody that would even remotely know who she could potentially is gone. And my kids have built a relationship with him. You know, if I say, you know, Grandpa's on the phone, they get excited about it. Yeah. And, you know, they take my phone and run through the house. Yeah. You know, when are we going to go take a vacation and go see Grandpa? And, I know. You know, it's 21 years of a relationship, you know. It's not something that I, you know, would throw away or regret. I mean, we got memories. But at the same time, you know, for me and my family, it's like, then who? You know, who is it? And it's
Marshall, I know this may be a hard question for me to ask you, but you were around back then. Is there anyone else that you saw her mother dating that you could possibly say, I saw her dating, maybe, to give answers?
It was so long ago, I wouldn't know. I mean, no. No, I really don't. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe we could do some research together. Maybe I could get a yearbook and look. I could give you an idea. I don't know. I'll do whatever. You know that.
I mean, the beauty of this is that you do have someone here who was around then, who can try to. The fact that he even offered to give you yearbooks, and there's a lot of grieving and a lot of heartache that's going to go on here. There's a lot of. You're going to have to process this information. It's going to take you some time. The beauty of it is that you do have a husband who loves you. You have
very supportive.
Yeah, Marshall and Amy are here. They do love you as well. You have people around you that want to be there for you, which is the good part. You're not alone. And I understand this is going to take you a wave of emotions. You're going to go up and down. You're going to be angry. You're going to be resentful. You're going to be confused. But at the end of the day, if you can always remember that you are surrounded by love, and your kids are surrounded by love, and that you have love around you, it will make that healing a little bit easier. And I know it's a lot easier said than done. Yeah. So I don't want you to think that I'm going to minimize your pain and what you're going to go through, but it helps to know sometimes, like, okay, even though I got this news, there's still love around me. And maybe he can give you some answers going through yearbooks and can support you. And whatever we can do to support you here at the show, we'll do it for you as well.
No, I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. Take your time to process, though, and grieve. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry for y'all. Everyone, stay with us. We're going to be right back. They even had a fight in the street. It's a young teenager.
She tried to attack me.
Having major issues. If you don't fight your grandma. With his grandmother, Sharon.
That's not true. Don't do that.
Keonie is tired of being fat-shamed and called out of his name by his grandmother, Sharon. Keonie says his relationship with his grandmother, Sharon, is so toxic they even had a fight in the street. I know, that's crazy. But everyone, please welcome Keonie to the show. Hi, Keonie. I'm gonna give you a hug. How are you doing?
Good.
Good to meet you. Take a seat. So, Keonie, that's a lot to hear that you're fighting with your grandmother in the streets. You know, like, I'm new school in the sense of, like, I understand, like, you gotta be respected in toxic relationships, but I'm old school in the sense, like, you don't fight your grandma, okay? Yeah. So, what was going on?
So, it was, like, right after my graduation. It was a really hard time for me because I was all on my own. When I needed my grandmother the most, I just felt like she wasn't there for me at all. So the fight happened because she had gifted me $100 for my graduation. Later that night, she took the $100 back because she left her wallet at home. She needed to pay for dinner. So I gave her the money. I gave it back to her. I didn't say anything, just gave it back to her. Then like a week later, I was supposed to give her some money. I was supposed to give her $100. And then I'm looking at my money. I'm like, wait. She still owes me the $50 from that. So I just went to her, like, to go talk to her, to see, like, if she was gonna give it back. At the end of the day, she was supposed to give me the money back. Then the whole situation just turned into something it wasn't supposed to be. She tried to attack me in front of my sister. Not only in front of my sister, in front of my cousin. My cousin had to hold her back. My room got destroyed, my door was broken.
So you told my producers that this is a pattern of hateful things that she does to you. Yeah. What does she do? Okay.
When she's in her mood, she would throw her anger out on the wrong person.
Well, Keonie, you said that your grandma says she fat shames you, calls you the B word. Yeah. She says all the time that she regrets taking you in, and she controls you.
Yeah. Well, the regret taking me in part was, it happened one time. It happened during COVID. I remember me and my friend was sitting on the couch, and she had asked me if I knew where something was at. I said no, I didn't, and she just went on from there.
Got it. So how does this all make you feel?
I feel like no matter what, deep down inside, you meant it.
Got it.
If you was to say it, you meant it.
So describe your relationship with your grandmother.
Well, it's like we live together, we with each other 24/7, but we don't have that emotionally like relationship. I can't go to her, I can't talk to her about what I'm going through. I'm like all on my own. The only person I could really go to is my aunts, because they've been through the same situation I've been going through.
Oh, they feel like they've been through the same situation with your grandmother?
Yeah,
but that's their mom.
has.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to just clarify, why did your grandmother take you in?
My grandmother took me in because at the age of 6, my mom had passed.
Okay.
When I was 6 years old, she was giving birth. Yeah, that's her.
A beautiful mother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She was giving birth to my sister, and unfortunately, she never came back home after that.
What was it like for you growing up without your mom?
I felt lost. When you go through a death, no matter what, it hurts.
Yeah.
But when you lose your mother, that breaks you. That's permanently damage you. And I feel like no matter what, I will always have that feeling inside. I just felt like a floater. Even though I did stay with my grandmother, she did take me in, I did feel kind of safe. That was home. Nana home was home to me. I still felt like a floater because I didn't have my mother.
My producer said that you've come into some money now.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's a trust fund from what happened.
Set up from your mother's death? Okay, makes sense to me. So what do you think your grandma Sharon is mad about the money?
I don't want to say she's mad.
Okay, what language did you use?
I want to say she does have some like hatred towards it. That's how I feel.
Okay.
I feel like she has some hatred.
Why?
Towards it. Because I feel like, she told me before, she said, I feel like she said, she had asked me, she was like, don't you feel like I deserve half of it?
Because
she said if it wasn't for her, I would have never had it.
Because she's the grandmother, so since she had your mother and your mother had you, that's why she feels like...
No, well, that too, but no. Because she went to go through the whole process of getting it.
Oh, she did the lawsuit, because you were a child.
Yeah, I was a child. So she went through the whole process of doing it, so I guess she feels like I should give her some of it.
What do you need my help with today with your grandma?
I just need help with like amending our relationship. I feel like I'm at the point of life where I want to get past all of this, but in order to get past it, I feel like it needs to be talked about, it needs to be confronted. I can't get rid of the pain or move past the pain until it be acknowledged.
Does she know you feel this way?
No matter how many times I express how I feel, she will always try to throw something in my face to make me feel bad. So like right before coming here, we had a little talk, and I told her how I felt. She said to me, she said, I feel like you're holding a grudge towards me. She said she feels like I hate her.
Got it. All right, listen, everyone. Time to hear from Keonie's grandma. Let's bring out Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon, thanks for being here. How are you doing? Okay, first of all, Grandma, you look fly. Yeah, you do. So I want to know from you, what is going on with you and your grandson?
I don't know. You don't like me. You love me, but you don't like me.
It's a grandson and grandmother at extreme odds.
Don't do that.
And everyone is about to deal with how this all involved.
We are destroyed.
The death of his mother.
Don't have a mother.
Who was also Sharon's daughter. Y'all are both in extreme grief.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
When I needed my grandmother the most, I just felt like she wasn't there for me at all.
Why did your grandmother take you in?
Because at the age of 6, my mom had passed.
What is going on with you and your grandson?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like nobody understands me. I lost my child. And I don't try to be slick or anything like that, but I try to get him to understand that if it wasn't for me, it wouldn't have been no you.
You say that all the time.
I do, because it's reality. So the thing is, it's not looking for me doing all this to him. I'm not getting anything back. I feel empty because I done took care of everybody. I had to hold up for everybody. He was 6 years old. I had a 3-week-old baby in my hand. I took my daughter to the hospital. She told me she had a headache.
But don't you feel like if you were my grandma, that's something you were supposed to do?
Of course. Because it's not only as a grandmother, but I'm talking about that's my child. So if my child came to me and said she got a headache, I'm taking her to the hospital. But unfortunately, I had to leave my child there. What parent want to do that? She's 27 years old. I don't know, you know, like, I am who I am. I'm a dominant woman. I'm strong. I've been through what I've been through.
Are you shocked to hear what your grandson is saying?
Oh, totally.
Why does it shock you?
Because I didn't know.
Because I never told her.
I didn't know that he really felt like this about me.
Chance.
I told him the other day that I feel like you don't like me. You love me, but you don't like me.
Yeah. He says that you fat shame him. Is that true?
No, I don't fat shame him.
Not now.
You know, go ahead.
Back then,
you go ahead.
When we was going through a lot, and you would take your anger out of me. You would say things about my weight, about my body. I would get bullied in school, and then have to come back home to hear it from you. It would hurt.
But you never told me you got bullied in school.
I would come to you all the time.
You never told me you got bullied in school because you know me. I would have went to the school.
You did go to school for certain stuff. I was telling you I was getting bullied. I was telling you what they were saying about my mother being gone. I was telling you about what they were saying about my sexuality.
What did I do?
And I was telling you about what they were body shaming.
What did I do when they said something about your mother?
You did go to school.
I went to the school and I addressed it, right?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
And I am grateful for that.
You know, but my thing is that, you know, like, we having this little difficult time between me and you, and God knows on my soul, you know I got your back.
I know.
I got you. Did you ever ask me, did I want to do this? Nobody asked me, did I want to do. You know, family came by and all of this stuff was going on.
But you had to want to do it in order to do it.
And they say, oh, well, we got you. We're going to help you. I look up when the smoke was clear. Nobody was there.
Do you feel like your grandson is being ungrateful?
No, he's not ungrateful. He's just a child that's been damaged. You know, when he talk about the money, you know what I'm saying? I fought for 5 years because they told me my daughter's death was going to be in vain. And I said, the devil's a liar. So when we got to the claim, you know, it was about his sister too. So I was asking my daughter to go with me, and nobody went with me. I went by myself.
Nobody else could take it but her.
Nobody
else is strong enough to do that.
But
to
I'm
go
the
to
mother.
court and relive it, rehear it.
And I had to put all my feelings to the side and go fight for my grandchildren. It wasn't even about the money. I wanted my daughter's death not to go in vain.
I hear you.
Okay, so when he say things like, when I'm back there and I'm listening to him, he say things like, I'm mad because I didn't get none, and he feels like he's supposed to give me something. I'm broke. I ain't got no money.
When did I say that?
I might look like money, but I ain't got
When did I say that?
Okay? But my whole thing is that I had a claim with it, and I withdrawed my claim.
You told me that you wasn't going to get none no matter what.
I don't have to tell you everything.
Y'all are both in extreme grief. It's a grandson and grandmother at extreme odds.
We are destroyed.
Is there any way this relationship can be healed?
That's not true. Don't do that.
Find out next. Do you want a seat on my couch?
Yes.
How are you doing? Y'all's dance video went viral. Text guest at 22854. Are you shocked to hear what your grandson is saying?
Oh, totally. I feel like you don't like me. You know I got your back. I had a claim with it, and I withdrawed my claim.
You told me that you wasn't gonna get none no matter what.
I don't have to tell you everything. All you really have to know is that I have your best interests at heart.
It sounds like to me that you never got a chance to grieve your daughter.
No, I never got a chance to grieve.
I don't think none of us have.
Yeah.
None of us have.
No, I never.
None of us have.
I look at my daughter. We are destroyed. But that person there had my back. I want to say.
I miss my mother too.
I know you do, baby.
Miss Sharon, why is it important for you to be here today?
For Keonie. Because Keonie wanted me to show up.
And so you showed up.
That's why I showed up. You know how many times today I said I want to go home?
And I said, let's go.
Keonie, what is it again that you want your grandmother to hear?
I do love you. And no matter what, I try my hardest to not act the way I do towards you. I have that feeling, but it's hard. The words that you had said is going to stick with me for the rest of my life.
What are the words that she said to you that you want her to know?
We was arguing, you were trying to hit me with the stick, and I was holding the stick from you. You said to me, you're a
That's not true. Don't do that. I've never, in my 62 years, said that to you.
You probably don't remember because
No,
of the
I
heated
remember.
moment I was going through.
I remember. I never said that to my grandson.
I wouldn't just say
I
that.
never said that.
Nowhere. You did.
You gotta be kidding me. Never. And I'm not gonna deny I haven't said some things. I said some things like, stop acting like a bitch.
Yeah. You don't say that to a
I
kid.
said that. I did. I did say it. But y'all gotta, you know, and I'm not trying to make any excuses for my actions or my behavior. Mm-hmm. But I'm angry too. I'm angry. I'm angry right now that I feel like I'm losing my grandson.
What do you need from your grandmother right now?
What I need for her to just to be there for me emotionally, because I'm still trying to figure out life. I'm still trying to just figure out everything. I don't have a mother, don't have a father, and you want to go to the person you live with 24/7. You want to go to your legal guardian. You want to be able to go to them, and to not, to feel like you can't, it hurts. And I just want her just to be there for me more. I want us to have a better relationship. I want us to be able to talk to each other. Not just talk about drama that's going on for somebody else's drama. No, let's talk about us. Let's talk about how we could better our mental health. Let's just talk about how we could better ourselves.
Ms. Sharon, how do you feel about that?
I respect it 100, but I respect him, you know what I'm saying? And I honestly say is that I'm gonna work on it. That's my honest truth, you know? Okay. But I need stuff too.
What you need?
I need you to come in the room sometime and say, Nana, how you feel today?
Okay.
I cry in the night. I cry in the night.
But you don't even know that I still come in the night. I still come in your bedroom to check to see if you breathing from the heart attack you had.
I do the same thing to you, don't I? Knock on your door.
Yeah, you do check up on me.
Because I don't bust in your door. I knock on your door. You all right?
You saying that I don't come in and talk to you, right?
You don't talk to me.
Yes, because I feel like I can't.
Why? You have to have a breakthrough. You got to get past this stuff.
That's what we're here for.
Let me say something to you. You said that you have had so much stuff with me, right? I just don't believe it's all me. You've been through so much.
I do.
At 16 years old, you haven't had a mother or a father.
You want an emotional connection, and what she's trying to do is tell you that she's emotionally feeling this way. Y'all are both in extreme grief. The love you have is mixed with this grief and this fear that we're gonna lose people, that y'all are checking on each other.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm gonna tell you this. When people have trauma and grief mixed together,
hurt people.
They see things in their own way. Can you apologize to your grandson right now for the things that he felt you said?
I apologize. I'm really sorry if I hurt you that way. It was not intentionally. Sometimes it's misdirect anger. I don't know where I'm angry at. I don't know what to do sometimes. I'm sorry. For we to get here, to have to do this, I am so sorry. That was not my intentions.
Can you accept all that and receive your grandmother?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
She wants to be emotionally open to you. You see, what you asked for, she's doing right here on the show.
Yeah.
She's showing you she can do it. Can you be a young man that can step into your maturity and do that for her as well?
Yes.
You can.
Yes, because I need it too.
She needs it too.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just dying inside.
Y'all both are grieving. Y'all gotta be there for each other, all right?
Yeah.
You got somebody who's gonna ride for you for the rest of your life and who loves you.
And that's what I did for 5 years. I did that because
Break off a point.
I said it wasn't.
Give your grandmother a hug.
It wasn't about no money. I wanted them to be taken care of in case anything happened to me. They won't have to go to nobody.
I know. I get it. I get it. You hear me? But just remember, give her a chance to respond like you gave her a chance today. Y'all gonna be all right.
Yes.
Thank you for being vulnerable and open.
Thank you so much for being with us. Come back next time, friends, so we can keep talking and growing. I love you all.